an objective perspective with irrefutable facts. In this video, I present you 17 facts about Turkey that are geographical, social, and political. This image, which I have photographed in Istanbul, possibly sums up the state of the Turkish nation, pensive about the world outside and inside. Turkey has changed its name to Türkiye in order to dispel the anglicization in Turkey and to avoid being attributed to the bird turkey. Turkey is the world's largest producer of hazelnuts. The country is in the NATO but not in the European Union. The country is secular in its foundation but teeters between theocracy and conservatism. Turkey is the bridge between Asia and Europe, literally, geographically, and strategically. The Bosphorus Strait is a natural strait cutting through Istanbul. The world's narrowest strait is commandingly used for national and international navigation. The strait connects Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara. It is also the continental boundary between Asia and Europe. The Turkish nation has a unique alphabet system based on Latin alphabets. The Latin alphabets are used for writing the Turkish language. The Turkish language has 29 letters. Among the 29 letters, 7 have been modified from the Latin original for the phonetic requirements of the language. The Turkish alphabets represent Turkish pronunciation with a high degree of accuracy. The Turkish alphabet has been the model for the official Latinization of Turkic languages formerly written in the Arabic or Cyrillic script such as Azerbaijani, Turkmen, and Kazakh. The modern state of Turkey carries the legacy of Ottoman Empire but struggles to identify with Islam on the one hand and with Europe on the other hand. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the Turkish statesman, was the founding father of the Republic of Turkey. He served as the first president of modern Turkey from 1923 until his demise in 1938. He propelled Turkey into the modern world with realism and pragmatism, reflecting the country's needs. The modern Turkish writing system was mandated during his regime since 1928. India has named a road in her national capital, New Delhi, after Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who has established a secular state and incorporating universal values in Turkey. Turkish Airlines is the national airline of Turkey. As of June 2024, it operates scheduled services to 352 destinations in 131 countries. Turkey was dubbed as the sick man of Europe by the Russian Tsar Nicholas I in 19th century because Turkey, in the avatar of Ottoman Empire, was going through a weak leadership, economic troubles, and political instability. The Ottoman Empire, founded by Usman in the 13th century, was an empire whose reign lasted for over 6 centuries, straddling southeastern Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa, but it weakened and collapsed after the World War I. Turkey is now experiencing strategic significance, but going through existential crisis because European Union has rejected Turkey's application to join the European Union. In this month, members of European Parliament condemned Turkey for its crackdown on recent peaceful mass protests, condemned the recent illegal visit of President Erdogan to the occupied areas of the Republic of Cyprus. The members of European Parliament also expressed concern over Turkey's democratic backsliding and over the continued deterioration of democratic standards and by the relentless suppression of critical voices. Erdogan has been ruling Turkey for more than 2 decades, who has swinged the country from parliamentary democracy to presidential. The European Parliament has made it clear to Turkey under Erdogan that EU membership criteria are not up for negotiation. The members of European Parliament acknowledge Turkey's strategic and geopolitical importance and its increasing presence and influence in areas critical for international security, such as the Black Sea region, Ukraine, and in the Middle East. Turkey is a strategic partner and a NATO ally. It is also a country with which the EU has close relations in security, trade, economy, and migration. But the members of European Parliament have stressed that for Turkey to become a member of the European Union, Turkey should showcase institutions that guarantee democracy, the rule of law, human rights, respect for and the protection of minorities, good neighborly relations, compliance with international laws, and alignment with EU's common foreign and security policy. Thus, the European Union has rejected Turkey's application to join the European Club. Yet, because of its strategic importance, Turkey has some influence in the region. Recently, when India and Pakistan were at war, as India launched its Operation Sindoor in reaction to the 26 deaths of civilians in the hands of Pakistan-backed religious terrorists, the far-flung country Turkey expressed its support to Pakistan, including giving weapons. Turkey's support to Pakistan surprised observers beyond South Asia because India constantly strived to maintain good relations with Turkey. An example to this is India launched Operation Dost in the spirit of humanitarian aid when Turkey was crippled after it had suffered an earthquake. Then, why is Turkey hostile to India and friendly to Pakistan? The answer is its religious ideology. Turkey under President Erdogan wears the mantle of representing Islam in the world. But the reality is, not a single Arab country agrees to Turkey's self-imposed aspiration to represent Islam or a kind of caliphate. Moreover, Turkey is a secular country. Geopolitical pundits believe Turkey should be non-interfering with other countries on the basis of religion, like it does with Israel, Turkey's nemesis. Good luck, Turkey. We love Turkish people. Habibi.